Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's another beautiful day. I got on my Keep Calm Detox shirt. Spreading all that positiveness. Let me just tell you how yesterday was a very emotional day for me, right? Like, for those who don't know, in 2012, I lost my mom. I lost her to a cocaine overdose. And it was very, very bad. She had been getting pretty bad. Like, she had been in the hospital because she was dehydrated. She already had cirrhosis of the liver because she has been an alcoholic for the last 40-something years. And it's just a whole story, whole history that goes along with that. Sometimes when we go through things in life at an early age, leads us down a road where we're trying to numb the pain from that, and a lot of people don't realize it, that when you have to self-medicate with drugs and alcohol, and you have to in order to feel good, you're dealing with something, you're dealing with pain, and you need to get help for it. My mom didn't want help, enjoyed self-medicating because she did it for so long, and it was really the only way to bring her up out of that feelings that she had. So she, did it for as long as I knew her, and it wasn't always good. It wasn't always a good time. It wasn't good watching her do that to herself. But I was only a kid. We don't realize that children deal with pain. You know what I mean? Children deal with depression. Children deal with anxiety. People think because children don't have jobs and don't have bills and don't have to worry about this or that they don't deal with stuff. And that's not true. I like to pay close attention to my kids. Like, if I notice that their moods are off, you know what I mean? Because they deal with things too. But I have a lot of pain, but I had to find a way to enjoy life. I had to find something in life, that gave me substance and gave me purpose and gave me meaning. As a teenager, I thought it was church. So church kept me out of trouble, which was awesome. As an adult, I found purpose again. And it didn't have anything to do with the church. It all had to do with me as a person, me as a goddess. And just seeing the difference that I can make in people's lives and the difference I can make in the world. And that's what keeps me going every day. That's what keeps me on the up and up and trying to be positive, and that's what keeps me from drinking and drugging every day. When you find your purpose, then you find out what you have to live for. The moral of the story is, I decided to become a catalyst of change in my family. Our community as a whole had it pretty rough, and they had to do things that pretty much went against their moral compass in order to survive, and they grew up with that pain. So a lot of them didn't get any help, and they didn't know anything but to drink and to do drugs to kind of numb that pain, and so, Well, sitting here with a little time on my hands thinking about my past, with the birthday nearing, I can't seem to stop the tearing, my annual shed of tears for the woman who birthed me, whom I miss so dearly. The visions of shaking you, trying to wake you, and you not moving. I must pat myself on the back for not becoming an alcoholic after all of that. I still think the lady you had living with you was responsible for moving your cold dead body from your bedroom to the living room, and when I called from work that day, she pretended to be you. I wanted to put her out, but you begged me to stop because she was your friend. And a part of me didn't want you to be lonely. When you have children and a family, but you know how busy life can be. Well, at least that's the excuse I used to tell you when you would call just because you wanted to talk. I hold a lot of resentment inside because I feel partly responsible for not taking care of you. I guess subconsciously I feel hatred because you didn't take care of me. You always chose the easy way out. You allowed your family to take on your responsibilities and didn't even want to become being better at being you for me. The many years of promises to get me back went unkept. I didn't want to hold it above your head because I knew it would lead to more of your drinking and drugging, and I didn't imagine I never imagined that I would be the one to find you dead. I had a good upbringing, but always yearned for a relationship with mom number one. 80% of the time you were drunk or high. 10% of the time you were asking for donations for the self-medication that was getting you by. The other 10%, you had a bad attitude, the side effects from the hobby you love to do. Even though I'm married, had children, and moved away, my spirit is still left broken in your old apartment. I imagine if I would have been there for you to give you advice and keep you off the substances all those nights. I used to suggest going with you to the meetings and doctors, but you refused. Could I? Should I have forced you? When sober, you were the perfect woman. The one I wish could have watched my kids grow. Only now you are a faint memory. I feel sad and sometimes I get mad. People watching me because of my positive life that I promote. Well, I'm not perfect and life for me has been no joke. Don't judge me when I make mistakes because I'm only human too. Sometimes the ones who experience the most hurt are those who were born with the purpose to help others cope. We are a common community that needs to support one another. Just because in the public eye we are counselors doesn't mean we don't struggle with our own faults and flaws, but we fall and get back up. So give yourself a round of applause. Yeah. I give myself a round of applause every day. So it's not a day that passes that I don't want to just give up. Never a day that I think, what if I just give up? You know? But I got too much riding on this thing called life to give up. So must keep on pressing forward. Must keep on pressing forward. Then we must always remember that everything happens for a reason.